You can only have 75 if you're on Xbox One like me, and that's 200 in one pallet. That is brilliant. Right, and there's the update. It's got an update for Barn by Razek, and in the changelog for that, it's got mod desk version adapted, storage capacity increased, and miscellaneous adjustments. Got an update for Animals Placeables pack by Puma145, and in the changelog for that, it's got added pastures from Goldcrest Valley. Got an update for the Prinoff Wheel Loader Leveler by HR Forsten Fargs and Bell, and in the changelog for that, it's got fixed a bug that the wheel loader tilts backwards when touching silage. Got an update for the John Deere 1590 and Tandem by Caesarius Modding, and in changelog for that, it's got added tandem drills and improved turning radius for the single drill. And the last update for the day is Maypole Farm by Cavalier Roy. Now, there is a lot to this changelog, so pull up a chair. So, it says there, fix Karma 18 position, fix manure clamps clipping into feeding robots, fix silage clamps, minor terrain fixes, fix floating trees, also move some trees to improve visibility in both first and third person view, disturb simulations UK growth calendar implemented, added a floodlight to all houses, if cut will remove said house and all items around it, all land within the playable area now purchasable, large animal pen with increased capacities for animals, milk, slurry and food added to the build menu, 11 sheds added to the game build menu, stone wall and hedge added to in-game build menu, some XML files updated to use functions introduced in the 1.5 patch, such as storage bins having the ability to jump to them, added ability to cut a light at the garage to remove all deco trees, so oak, birch, etc., leaving only forestry trees to cut down, added the ability to cut a light at the garage to remove all field-based hedges if you wish, rather than cut each section away. Hedges around the pastures will not be removed but can be cut away if the land is owned. Some trees replaced with more common Irish trees such as elm, and all spruce trees replaced with pine trees. Placeable area added so you can purchase and use as you see fit. Posts inside hedges made collidable. This will stop the post dropping through the map after being cut away. Hedges can still be driven through but will stop bales, pallets, logs from passing through them. 5 new fields added as well as the multiple field size extended. Production point storage capacities increased for both input and outputs. PDA updated, which improves dirt road visibility, and it says a note requires a new game save. And to be fair, all that stuff in that list, yeah, I'm not surprised it needs a new game save, but that's great. So that's your updates for the day. Right, so our first mod we got for today is Old Post German Wood Barn. This is by Marcelo22, 9.44 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and on the buildings and sheds. So we'll scroll all the way along to the end because that's where it is. So 20 grand to buy. Obviously place it down. Brick foundation, wood sides, very nice. So we'll open up the doors. I do like the look, the detail on it, all the moss growing in. That's alright. I mean, you come inside, open up that door as well. There is no lights, so it's going to be a bit dark in here when it comes to night time, but that being said, that's alright. I mean, fairly decent sized openings on the height wise. Yeah, it's alright, that is. Right, next up is Small Horse Stable. This is by Bartsonov 3, 6.73 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under animals and horses, as you can well imagine. 20 grand to buy. This is going to hold 5 horses. So we'll come round here. A little bit of a storage area there for you. Now we'll open that door. Oh, nearly hit myself in the face. Look at that. That could have easily took my nose off. Anyway, carry on. So you load your feed into there. Then we'll come round here. There's your animal dialogue box. So I've already got 5 horses in. Then you can also open that. No, I'm going to jump out the way quick before it hits me in the face. There you are. Open that door if you want to as well. And you do need to add water into this. So if you come down this side to these 2 gates here, open up that. Back your trailer in. Fill it up with water. Ah, that's alright, that is. I mean, 5 horses, yeah, it's not that big, but then horses take a lot of time anyway, so I don't think you're going to be wanting too many horses on the go, but no, I do like that. Very nice. Alright, next up is Indoor Silage Shed. This is by Steve Mods, 5.24 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under buildings and silos. So we'll scroll along to find it. Oh, there we are, gone past it. 120 grand to place down. Obviously, this is a silage shed. So you come in here, got the first bit which is a bit open, and once you get into the concreted wall part, that's where your bunker silo is. So load your stuff into there, and obviously then compact it, put a blanket over it, jobs are good. Now there is some lights, so if come over here, get the option there, B, turn the lights on. Can't really see that good because it's bright outside, but that's your light switch anyway. Oh, I like that. Obviously the concrete wall buildings generally are there for holding stuff in, so yeah, very nice. Right, next up is Foil Tunnel. This is by Michael Alice, 1.01 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under productions and greenhouses. So it's got there £5,000 to place down. Obviously this is going to do your usual greenhousery. So obviously you put your water in there. There's your production chain menu like that. So you've got tomatoes, lettuce and strawberries. Now on the cycles per month, it's the same as the large standard base game greenhouse. So obviously you go for whichever one you want. Turn that on like that. Oh, the strawberries growing. So once you got some pallets on the go, they're going to spawn here. Oh, I like that. Now, I had a bit of a... Wow, I don't know how to call it. You can see there, the time marks there. I had a bit of a crash on with me tractor when I was going back to the shop. And I must say, the tractor sat on here no problem. So whatever this tunnel's made out of, I think it's got to be made out of, what was it, Wolverine has? Adamantium? Because that was solid, even with that big tractor on the top. No problem. Oh dear, oh dear. No, I like that. That's very nice. Right, next up is Slurry Storage Pack. This is by Dutch Modding Inc. 4.14 megabyte on the download. You're going to find these two in the construction menu. We'll spin around like that and under buildings and silos. So we'll scroll along to find them again. There you are. So we got the 3-layer version is 70,200 and then the 4-layer version 94,900. So obviously 4 layers got 730 litre capacity, 3 layers got 540. So come over here, you load in, load out pretty much at the same point. And there on that one. If you need somewhere to store your slurry, they're alright there. Right, next up is North American Shed Pack. This is by BC Bueller and Serious Mods. 10.56 megabyte on the download. You're going to find these in the construction menu. And as you can well imagine, under sheds. So we've got two versions. So we've got the sort of semi-circle. No, what are they called? Tunnel version, that was it. The tunnel shed. So we've got one that's got a door at one end and one that's got a door at both ends. And then we come down to this version. So we've got a pole shed beige trim. Then can have it with blue trim, green trim, grey trim, red trim, white trim. That's a different shed. Ah, alright, they are. So come over here. Now with these doors, obviously they are double doors. The triggers are sort of in the bottom right hand corner of this door. To open up that. And then for that one, we can open up there, bottom left hand. So obviously, not right in the middle. So you can come in there, open up that door. And I've shut myself in. Dear, oh dear, right, there we are. That's better. Open up the side door if you want to. And then this one is the double door. So if you want a bit of a drive-through on the go. And then we'll come back over to the pole shed. Same thing again. Go for the outer edges. There you are. And then on that one like that. There we are. And same again at the other end. No lights on either of them, although this one, that's a nice roof, that is. All the framework under there. And I must admit, these look like army bunker ones. Sort of thing you see on a military base. Ah, I like them. Yeah, very nice. And next up is the Global Goods Transport Pallet. This is by 82 Studio, 7.02 megabyte on the download. And this is something special. It really is. These are ace. So you're going to find them in the shop menu and under pallet. So we'll scroll along. You've got the two versions. So we've got the Global Goods Transport Pallets. That's going to do all your solid stuff. And then you've got the, as the name suggests, Global Liquids Transport Pallets. So you go into whichever one you want. They're both the same. Got a 10,000 litre capacity to start with. £1,000, euros or dollars, whichever you want to go for. And then on the capacity, because I think this is ace, you can then go from standard to Unreal, which is 200,000 litres. Oh, 200,000 litre capacity. It's only going to cost you £1,000 as well. That is ace. Oh, I love it. Right, so if we come down to main colour. Oh, yes. Oh, the copper's back. We haven't had any copper for ages. Brian, this one is for you. The copper is back. Oh, on the framework. Oh, that is ace. 200,000 litre capacity, copper framework. Can't go wrong. Oh, love it. Right, now there is one thing with these that it does say you do need to have a wheel loader. Obviously, you can't pick it up by a pallet. It needs to go with a wheel loader for it to work properly. So, got myself a wheel loader here. So we'll start that up. All you need to do, once the engine goes, there you are, it's just to pull up like that. So there's no attachment on the front, it's just a wheel loader as it is. There you are. It's all attached. Now, I've got myself a grain mill here. I've got some grain in. So I'm going to turn that on. We're going to start the wheat, because I've got some wheat in there. And we're going to go and fast forward time a little. So we'll go down to me time. There you are. So we're going to wait for a pallet to come out. So what I'll do is I'll get rid of that one, because that's the liquid one. I will then hook up this one, the goods one, and we'll wait for a pallet. So all you need to do is just to come along like that, next to it, and it auto loads in. Oh, that is ace. And what you could also do, if you really wanted to, just leave that pallet there, so when the next one spawns, it just auto loads straight in. Oh, that is ace. Right, let's slow down the time a little, because the sun's coming in rather quickly. Now, what you can also do with these, which I think is ace, if we come around here, I've got myself the old multi-fruit buying station. So you can come round. Oh, spin right. Oh, this is slow turning. Right, there you are. So you can come over here, under there. There you are. You get the option to start filling. Obviously, I've already got flour in this, so it's going to carry on. Just give me the option to change it. That's... And it's got rid of the flour we've already just made. Oh, that's it. Something you need to keep an eye on. If you are doing that, mind you. You may not want to do it that way. That's entirely up to you. But alright, carry on. And then when you want to sell, all you do is just come over to a selling point and it just auto unloads. Now that is ace. Now there is one other thing. So we'll reverse that out. And then we'll go and hook up the liquid one. So I've got some slurry in one of the slurry tanks we just seen earlier on. So I'll go hook that up. And we'll go over there. Because you can take out of a silo. Oh, yes. It didn't let me put it in the silo with the pallet, mind you. But I can take it out, no problem. There you are. Taking slurry out. Oh, very nice. And also, let me go get the other one hooked up. Right, so I've got the other one hooked up. And do you know what I think's ace as well? Obviously, that's how they normally come. Like flat pack sort of thing. And the more that goes into them, they just expand upwards. See, this one's full now. That one goes up the same. I think that is ace. Now, what you can do, obviously, you do need to have the front loader. Or is it skid steer, telehandler you can use as well. Anything that you can hook it up to on the front to actually make it work in that sense. What you can do, obviously, drop it on the back there. You're going to be wanting to cart your wheel loader or skid steer all around the map. So if you can put it on like that, strap it down. I can't fill it up from the multi-fruit buying station. But what I can do is take it to the sell point. So I've got myself 200,000 litres of grape juice there. We'll just pull over and then we're selling it. Oh, that is ace. So obviously you put it on the back of a trailer to go and do your sales. That's brilliant. There's one other little thing before I forget. So we'll go and hook this one up because it does it on both. There you are. Right, if you do LB and left on the D-pad, puts a cover on it. Transportation cover. Now what this does, obviously it's a bit of protection when you're transporting it, and also you can't pick anything up with it, so it's not letting me fill it up there. So if we take it off, we then get the option to fill. Very nice. And we put that back on, we're not getting that option anymore. So that gives you a bit of protection if you're trying to load a couple of things that are close by, but it does allow you to sell it even with that cover on, which is ace. Oh, that is brilliant. Those two, that is ace. I mean, 200,000 litres as well. Obviously you have the pallets coming out and whatever, and on console specifically there is obviously a lot of lower pallet limit, mind you. This just helps massively. I mean, 200,000 litres, that, I mean, what's that work out on the maths? That's like 200 pallets in one. You can only have 75 if you're on Xbox One like me, and that's 200 in one pallet. That is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. 82 Studios, you make some quality mods. This is one of the best, really is. Right, next up is Man TGX 26640 HKL. This is by Farmer22, 10.36 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it under trucks. So this has got a 640 horsepower engine, 49 mile an hour top speed, 160 grand to buy. The options you got there are design, standard, grids, that puts those grids on the front lights there. Horns, puts it on the side of the top there. Horns and grids, or standard. Then you come down to beacons, standard, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then back to standard. Change the main colour to whatever you like. And then design colour, obviously we're going to go match it up. Does the hook part, and then the rim colour does the rims. Dear oh dear. Now, to get the hook part out, if you start it up, and then we'll do L, B and A. So then you back it up onto the hook lift. Then you get the attach icon. Then you do L, B and A again. It lifts it all up. Then folds it in. Now it does say on the website, a recommendation for this truck is the pack multi-fruit container. So, but this should work on normal hook lifts anyway, but that's very nice. Right, and our last mod for the day is the Lizard T25. This is by Castan18 Hatchback Modding, 28.31 megabyte on the download. You're going to find this under small tractors. So it's got a 30 horsepower engine, 14 mile an hour top speed, 12.5 grand, although it's give us a £500 extra, even though we come straight in. So 12.5 grand to buy. The options you got there are wheel brands. You got Lizard High, you got standard and wide track. Then you got Lizard Low, standard and wide track. Then back to high. Then you got front weight, no. Front attacher, 40 kilo front weight, 80, 120, and back to no. Wheel weights, you got no. 90 kilo rear weights, 132, 148, or no. Front fenders, you can have metal, no. Hold on. Right, metal fenders right on the front, fair enough. They're going to charge you 50 to take them off. Why not just not put them on at the factory? Is that just me? You know, you got the metal ones there. It's going to cost you more to have. That's like the sports cars that have lower weights, but it's going to cost you more. It hasn't got a radio, it hasn't got aircon, but it's going to charge you more anyway. It's just random. All right, carry on. You're going to have plastic ones or back to metal. So then you got back window. So we'll spin it around like that. So that's that there, just behind the seat. You have standard, metal, or no. You have standard window, you can have a metal plate or nothing. You got backwork lights, no, yes, or no. Then we'll have mud flaps, no, short, long, or no. Then covers, no, yes. Let's put these around the side there, like that. And you got attacher type, so you got type 2 it starts off with. Then go 3, 4, back to 1, then 2. Then you got cabin, no. Mirrors type 1, mirrors type 2, or no. Then you got hood and front lights. So we got standard, no dummy grille, lights type 2, no grille and lights type 2, no hood and no lights, or standard. We'll come down to engine setup, so it's a 30 horsepower with a manual gearbox. You then got 30 horsepower with an auto gearbox. That's your two choices on that. Then you got the engine colour, red, or grey. Fair enough. Fenders and hood colour, red, or red. You go for whichever red you want. Grille dummy colour, match up to the frame, sort of. Then wheel weights colour, we'll match that up. We don't have the weights on, do we? Right, let's put those back on. Where are they? That work lights, rear window. Oh, they are. There we are. That's all right. So it gives a little bit of a definition to the hub. Then we've got the rim colour. Like that. Oh, that's all right, that is. Now, this sounds ace. We'll zoom in and we'll start it up. Just listen to this. Oh, that is brilliant. That sounds well nice. Oh, I like that. Also, we've got a couple of party pieces with this as well. If you do LB and left on the D-pad, open cover, opens up the door like that. If you don't want it to snap open like that, if you do LB and RB together and left stick left and right, opens up nice and slowly. If you do LB and A, it opens the bonnet. Oh, that's ace. Let's turn that off because you don't want to be working on a moving engine because you end up chopping your finger off in that fan. That is ace. I mean, the detail that's gone into that. Oh, I like that. I mean, you've even got like, that's where the covers normally go, covering the battery boxes, but that is brilliant. I mean, like the sound. That's ace. If you like old school tractors, this one is very nice indeed. Oh, I love it. And just to finish off, we've got the testing list for you. So there's 14 on there. Looks like you've got the Stone Valley updates on there and also Welker Farms map. I'm looking forward to that. So that's your mods done for the day. Drop it in the comments below. Which is your favourite? We'll see what people are looking at. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. It's muchly appreciated. But for me, that's it for today. And I'll see you in the next one.